Yes. Oh,
Oh my God, that was a quick turnaround.
right.
But guys, welcome back. Hello, hello, hello. Happy Friday. Welcome to the Commentary Zone, Friday edition. And as you enter the room, please don't forget to give us a little thumbs up just because we asked you to. Um, if you haven't already, please subscribe. Join us on this wonderful adventure, which is the Real Housewives of Miami. Yes, this is back. I've been waiting for this. Um, oh my God. I love it. I love it. I love it. So give us a thumbs up. Actually, let me give a thumbs up before I forget. Okay, so we are going to review episode. Okay, married. Where'd that come from? Real Housewives of Miami, season 4, episode 1. Bienvenidos. Forgive the pronunciation. Same beaches, new shade. And episode 2, sushi rolls and wedding woes. My goodness, these were 2 good episodes.
I
I'm not
mean,
mad at Peacock.
I was, I was here for it. I was here for it. I mean, we got some of the old cast. We got some newbies, and,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just here for this. I had a good time. They made me laugh. I just like the fact they came out the gate just on people's necks. I mean, calling everything out. They're not holding back. They're not even. They're not
No.
playing no games.
And you love Adriana with her heel on Larsa's
Lost his
neck.
neck. I mean,
And
just
she does it in the most amazing way. It starts off at that lunch where she's just like, what about your butt, the OnlyFans? And then it progresses on to her pool party and she's grabbing Larsa's ass.
she thought that would be hard, but it feels really good. Like what? Oh,
I was a little surprised by how built up that real estate was, especially when they're showing the old pictures of Larsa.
mm-hmm.
Her face and her body have changed incredibly
Yes.
from when we first saw her. Like she was cute before. Now she just does look like a failed Kardashian.
It was so
Hmm.
unnecessary.
I wonder if she sold that house yet.
I don't think so.
I wonder what's the holdup. And did you hear? I think it was Adriana's shade, and it reminded me so much of Leah when she walked into Larsa's house for the pool party. She goes, "Oh my God, I haven't been in this house in like years," and
Years,
then it hasn't changed at all.
right?
That was something that Leah would have said, and Leah has trained you well, Adriana. Would I
Hmm.
like to see Leah back? Yes.
I would, to be honest, I would like to see Leah back. Um, I would like to see Anna back, but we know that that can't happen due to their issues. I'm not sure if they put them aside. Um, you could bring back Karen too, because Karen, like she was a bone club. She was a bone carrier. Now she did it badly, but she still entertained me. Talking about her man, her and her man was in the bed reading Anna's text. Okay, if,
Mm-mm. You
if you
could
if
bring
you
back
yeah,
anybody, with the exception of Joanna.
yeah.
I didn't like Joanna at all, but everybody else, yeah. Okay, so how are we going to do this, Jamal?
Excuse me, character. I think since we're doing 2 episodes, it's easier to go character by character.
Oh my
I think.
God, this is gonna. Okay, so let's. Who you want to start with?
Mm, excuse me. Might as well start with Let's see. So let's start with the ladies who were actually at the lunch. Let's do it that way. So we can start
Hmm.
with Alexia.
Wait, I just want to ask you one question. How did you like when how they opened the show with Marisol and her cup, and she goes, um, you know, hey fuckers, I bet you never thought you'd
Mm-hmm.
see me back or something like that. I thought that would like I thought that was good. I thought that was great. And I must say she wins confessionals for me. She wins the
Agreed.
confessionals.
But did you notice the quality of production though? What
Yes, it's so
did
much
you
better
see?
than
Did you see that?
before.
I was like,
This was
whoa.
okay. You know how I took this? This was like Miami Vice on meth. It's taking the normal housewife production, but then up a notch.
It. I was like, y'all not playing with this.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the thing. I'm taking what they're doing is like you're
Mm-hmm.
listening. You're actually listening to the fans. Am I happy that it's on Peacock so everyone can't watch it? I'm not happy about that. But it shows you're taking it seriously and you're listening to the fans.
Mm-hmm.
Bravo, keep going in this direction. And when I saw that Andy Cohen was EP, I'm like, excuse me, Andy, you could see, but this just tells me which franchises Andy likes because
Mm.
he never wanted Miami to get canceled.
It's a good vibe, and this is a
Yep.
good place for messy bitches. I'm just saying that.
And we're gonna get to your girl because when she came on, I was like, I thought of you right
Who?
away.
Who?
Haiti, Garcelle, and opened the doors for the islands.
Yes, yes, yes. Hold on. Let me see. Find her picture. Okay. Caribbean coming hard and strong with these franchises. Ah.
I thought of you, and I thought of one of my favorite ex coworkers because she was very
Mhm.
similar to Gertie. But she's from Trinidad and Tobago.
Mhm.
So I'm like, when I heard her talk, I'm like, whoa, you sound like so and so. Is that you? And I looked, I'm like, oh, it's not you, but same vibe, same energy. I was like, you gonna be a scream, and she was. But I want to start with
Yes.
let's start with the ladies, um, at the lunch, and then work our
Okay.
way through.
So who are you talking about first?
Alexia.
Alexia. All right, you go ahead. Start off.
Oh, so Alexia was on season 1 and season 3 of Miami. The
Mm-hmm.
Cuban doll is back on the scene.
The Cuban Barbie.
I like Alexia. Ma'am, she's had a tough go of it. She was first husband was like kind of a little criminal, but okay. And then she
Mm-hmm.
thought she found her soulmate in the older gentleman who happened to be, we can say it now,
Herman. Yeah.
Herman, who's rest in peace. But we find out that he's like at least bisexual, and that kind of hit her hard. But she's now engaged to her the first gringo she's dated, Todd, and
Mm-hmm.
she's happy. You know, you know, once Herman died, his son decided to shut down venue, so she found
Mm-hmm.
something else to do, and she opened up a salon, beauty bar with her son Frankie, and it's
Mm-hmm.
called Alexia and Frankie's Beauty Bar. So I'm like, that's good. Alexia, keep it. That's a good business, especially in Miami. Like,
Name recognition.
yeah, keep it looking good. I mean, people
Mm-hmm.
like that. Fantastic, great job. Frankie seems to be getting better. He had
Let
that.
me tell you, she spent 24/7, 365 nursing that boy back from almost death.
Mhm,
I'll give her
mhm,
credit for that. You rocked it with nursing him back from that almost near fatal he was in a car wreck, I think. Yeah.
mhm,
Um but she lost me with Peter, but Peter always been spoiled.
mhm.
She did the spoiling, and now she is reaping what she sowed.
Right. They live like a 10,000 square foot penthouse or whatever, a condo, whatever you want to call it.
The garage.
The garage alone, fantastic, great job. Todd has two daughters from a previous marriage, I believe,
Mm-hmm.
and they all
Mm-hmm.
live together. I think it's great. But Peter and Todd aren't getting along,
Mm-hmm.
and it's it's pulling her in a sort of way. I'm going to say this,
Mm-hmm.
Alexia. Let me help you out. As the son of a single mother, baby, your child comes first. And as comfortable as it may be, you need to let your fiance that while he may not like your son, at the end of the day, that is your child. And he's going to go before your child goes. And that just is what it is.
But I want to know what Todd said.
Me too.
When
Yep.
Peter came over
Mhm.
and did, smoke some weed with
Right.
Frankie, which I don't think that was wise considering, his physical health. But smoked some weed with him, and then all of a sudden, they finish, he's sitting down, all of a sudden, boom, blood pressure massively drops, he passes out. They do the CPR to bring him back. Todd comes out and sees this and says something. That's how they left off episode 2.
Right.
Alexia, I need to know what he said, because if it was that bad and you still with this man, I question this.
Well, Bobby, this is what I thought too. He said something about the
Mm-hmm.
drug dealer daddy.
Well, that's a fact. I mean,
I think if I recall the trailer, I think it's something like your drug dealer loser father or something like that.
why are we getting upset about that? One, is so long
Right.
ago. Two, their convictions.
Yeah.
And wasn't a movie made about her
And my
husband?
thing is, Peter, you're 28. Why are you mad about that? If that's the worst you said, I'm like, you know what? I'm not
But
really worried about you.
Peter has also, like, all within the space of a year, he got
Mm,
married, moved to
mm,
France,
Parents
and then
got divorced.
divorced and came back home.
Right.
What you doing with your life, Peter? He was working in real estate with
With
Todd,
Todd.
and then the blow up happened,
Right.
and no, now there's a lot of missing pieces in this puzzle.
But see, my thing is this: if I were Peter, um, I would have just laughed because I've been like, okay, cool, but look at me now. My mom's still paying for me, and I'm working for you, and you paying me. I'm just saying,
Yeah,
how
I
would you deserve
mean,
it? Look at me
he's
now.
fully funded. I mean, is um unless
Hold
it hit a sore spot.
No, the daddy just went back to jail again. Well, hey, it is what it is at this
Oh
point.
my God.
I'll let that go.
Oh gosh. Okay. And and Alexia is really not feeling Larsa's OnlyFans
OnlyFans.
thing. She is
Hmm.
like, that's disgusting, that's dirty, that's porn. What are you doing on there to earn $10,000 a day?
Like Tierra Marie said, you gotta do what you gotta do. Best believe. I mean, just saying. Like, I
Shoot,
ain't
I'm
mad at
thinking
him.
about getting a pedicure and start putting up some foot pictures. I don't know.
You gonna be on Wiki Feet?
Yeah, why not? I need a side hustle.
So
God.
that's where we are with Alexia.
Okay, so who's next?
Let's do Lisa. Love
Lisa.
me
Okay,
some
hold
Lisa.
on. Lisa,
Love
va va va
Lisa.
voom.
I mean, their House on Star Island is finished. Love that. You
Child.
know,
That was a whole drama down here. That took so many years to get built.
right?
And then once it
That's what.
was built, they get fine after fine after fine for all sorts of stuff.
Mhm. You know, she has two children. She has the two
Mhm.
children right now.
Two,
Logan,
two, yeah.
yeah, Logan, who's in the pool with
And there's
Lenny.
a smaller one.
A smaller one, yeah. She's a so and so sleeping, and
Yeah.
she's feeling good. She's looking good.
Hmm.
I mean, she let us know that her and Lenny separated, almost got a divorce. Things were got bad. He had an emotional affair. I'm like,
That
okay.
wasn't an emotional affair.
I'm like, okay. She's up with a $2 hoe. I'm like,
That
okay.
was that was him, like, there is no chemistry with them. When I think back to how they were seasons 1 through 3 all those years ago, they are not connecting. I think they're just staying together for
The children,
appearances.
yeah,
Not
and the
even for
baby,
no, not even for
just
the kid.
appearances,
Yeah. Yeah. If she
and
hadn't gotten back this show, I believe they probably would have gone down Divorceville, but this is free promo for him.
right, good business move. So on that part, it is what it is, and overall, you can still see there. They're back together. You can still see the issues because he's like, "Happy 56th birthday." He's like, "I'm not 56."
I know.
I was like, "Oof." Oof.
That was that. And then she's like, "Can you believe we've been together for 14 years?" And he was just like, "No." Like there was no energy.
Right.
Oh, and at that same dinner, they saw Larsa with one of her dates and they got him on film. Ooh,
Ooh, too
ooh.
bad for Larsa.
Larsa be out here on these streets.
Ablavi has a good point though.
Mhm.
Lisa's not interested in Lenny, but she couldn't afford to let a side chick win. Yeah, I mean, of course
Mhm.
not. You no. You struggle to get two children? You please.
Yeah. Yeah. She put in 14 years. Like I wouldn't go down like that either. But she needs to either forgive and let it go and actually work on her marriage, which I don't think she's done.
Agreed. Yanni has a question. Does anyone think the reason the show is on Peacock is because they know Bravo Housewife feature is over and they find a new solution to keep it going? You know what, Yanni? I think what happened is this. They actually listened to the fans and brought Miami back. But the problem is, due to C-19, Miami got pushed back, and plus they wanted to make sure they had they spent a lot of time casting. I think they took casting 2 years for this to get all these ladies together, and you
Mhm.
add that, and then you're plugging in a franchise. You To plug in the franchise, they had nowhere else to put it but Peacock because they did not anticipating Dallas being gone and New York being on hiatus. So I think that's why it was on Peacock because they assumed they would have Dallas and New York in the rotation. But since they probably already made plans to have it on Peacock, they had to leave it there. But I bet you that Miami gets, in my opinion, Miami goes back to Bravo and Dallas comes back to Peacock. That's my conspiracy theory.
Mm.
Because look at the production they put into Miami. What major company puts this much production into a streaming service show? I'm just going off of
It
what I
could
see.
be an anchor to bring more people into Peacock because not everybody's getting it for free.
True.
You have to have at least something on there that's a draw,
Fair.
you know?
That's a good
Let's
question though.
see. All right. So anything else regarding Lisa? Like why is she just so okay with what Lars is doing? Or is it that she just doesn't care?
Lisa doesn't care. So with Lisa, what it is, she's basically the best way I can put this, and to be nice, is she's basically what we wanted Cynthia to be on Atlanta. Lisa will be in the mess, and she's friends with everybody. She's
Mm-hmm.
that one girl in the group who's friends with everybody, but she's not afraid to really just get in the mess, and she will choose a side when she has to. Where Cynthia is more about appearance and doing the quote unquote doing the right thing. Lisa is going to
Mm-hmm.
do the right thing and say it out loud. She's not going to just do it in the confessional.
Okay. Okay. All right. So anything else happened with her throughout this? No,
No,
she just was there.
she was just there. Yeah,
Uh,
she's there to fight with her husband on camera. That's pretty much what it is.
yeah, basically. I think they're setting this up, showing the cracks in her relationship.
Yep, exactly.
Maybe we'll have another divorce. Never know.
Hmm.
Alrighty. I know his parents would be happy. Who is next?
Let's see who else was at. Let's see. It was Alexia was at that. It was Alexia, Lisa,
Mhm.
Larsa. She's the third housewife that was actually at that lunch.
Larsa
She
Pippen.
she does look very different. She's
Hmm.
going through a divorce. Trying to pick up her life and show people that hey, I don't need Scotty to um make it happen. Got the four beautiful children. The boys are with Scotty in LA. She has the daughter, I think her name is Sophia. Like,
Hmm.
great, you got the house, fantastic.
Does she
She's just
though?
living.
It's sale.
We gonna, but she still has the house. That's where she's living. We gonna give her the house, but Scotty ain't there. And she's an entrepreneur with her OnlyFans. She's just got booted from being
Wait, did you call her an entrepreneur with OnlyFans?
yes, because she's selling the service, and she's doing the thing. Let's give this woman credit. I mean, she went from being Kardashian adjacent to Larsa. I mean, that's a big adjustment. You know, and Adriana pointed that out. She's like, oh, so while you were in LA being Kardashian adjacent, you didn't have time for us. But now that you didn't got booted, you want to come back to Miami and then befriend us. Okay, we see you.
Yeah,
Adriana's not
because
feeling that.
a core of these women have stayed in touch all these
Yes.
years and are genuine friends. And I think
Mm-hmm.
that's why this show is so much better than a lot of the other housewife
Because
shows.
remember, the
A
first
lot
season was
of them are
Larsa.
friends.
It was
Mm-hmm.
Larsa Pippen.
Mm-hmm.
It was Christy Rice,
Mm-hmm.
Alexia, Marisol, and
Mm-hmm.
Adriana.
Mm-hmm. And
So
Leah. Wasn't Leah there?
Leah season
Was
one.
Leah there season one?
I don't think Leah was there season one.
Oh.
I don't think she was there season one. So, but they all the core has remained good friends, and it is what it is. You know what I mean? She comes back. She came back to someplace familiar to get her bearings because she had the whole Malik Beasley situation that didn't really work out, and but she's feeling herself and living her best life.
Wait.
Was Leah season one?
Yep.
She
Leah was
was.
there at the beginning. Yep.
Oh,
Yep. She was
okay.
there.
I always forgot
Leah
about her.
Bennett, yes, because don't forget, Leah is the person who created Adriana.
Not created Adriana. Okay, we gonna get to Adriana.
She was Adriana Madam. Let's just call it anything.
Okay, so Lasha comes back. She's at the lunch. Everyone's happy. Pretty much, almost everyone's happy to see her. She gets an update of her life. She throws this party, which was pretty cool. She was fishnets and bikini and cakes, and she was just. I'm not sure why she did all that, but hey,
That
she
was a
threw. She
lot.
it was a lot. She threw a cool party. Now the matching sweaters with photos, whatever.
All of the ladies was like, "This is so high school,"
Yes, yes,
but and even she admitted it. She says that she does it for her daughter all the time. They
right,
do pictures together. She likes to see everybody looking the same.
exactly.
But I think Alexia was having a hot flash because she's like, I'm not
She,
putting on that
that's
hot
what she said.
sweatshirt.
That's what she said. I'm real hot. But my thing with this, the biggest thing with Larsa on these first two episodes is the whole
Hmm.
discussion about the OnlyFans. Get over it. Let this
Hmm.
woman make her money how she gotta make her money. I mean, and she made a point. She said that what I put on OnlyFans, I put on Instagram, so it's not the big of a deal. But Alexia's like, like, how are you making your money? Like, what are you doing? I mean, I
Hmm.
get the correlation. I really, really do. But this just kind of tells me y'all really not friends like that anymore.
No, but Alexia said, if you're making $10,000 a day, you got to be showing a whole lot more than what you put on
And
Instagram.
Instagram,
And that's how the nipples came up,
right?
you know?
But
But
you see
yeah,
Adriana's head though when she said $10,000. Hold up, she's like, I could show a nipple. She had
not
me
the
dying.
nipple.
She had me dying. I was like, I ain't mad, but Larson's back in town, so we're gonna see how this plays out.
Yep.
For me, this is pretty much what Larson. The whole thing was the OnlyFans. I think that was the main issue, the
Mm-hmm.
main the main thing they talked about her. But time will tell.
Yep. Who next?
All right, so I guess we can move on to the new housewives.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about Gertie.
Gertie, hold on, hold on. Here she
All right,
go.
she's
That
from
beautiful
Haiti.
girl.
She was born in Haiti, moved to France, and then
At
now
one
in
years old,
1 years
she
old.
yeah, and then at 9, she
They
came
moved.
to the States.
Yep, and she's a luxury event planner. She likes to
Hmm.
certify all her events. She's lively. She's bubbly. She had her and her husband Russell. He's a fireman. They have 2 kids. She's all the week is never the same due to his schedule. He works 24 hours and off 48 hours. She's also the week is never the
Hmm.
same.
And
And
that's our high school
that's her high
sweetheart.
school sweetheart. It was
Yeah.
funny because she's like, she would say hi Russell in the hall, and he wouldn't say nothing. She's like, hold up. And she said she would say hi, he just wouldn't say anything. She thought, but he is so quiet. She said one day she had to stop me. She said, okay, look, when I say hi to you, you say hi back. I was like, what? She had me rolling.
But
And then,
it's true though.
right,
Yeah,
but it was
teaching
just
you
funny.
manners.
But that she's always been this way. Like
Mm-hmm.
this is who she is. She's
Mm-hmm.
straightforward. She's to the point. And she was supposed to go to NYU, but they wanted to stay together, so they wanted both going to the same like local college. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's so cool. And
Yeah.
Russell seems like a very cool guy. Like he's a good balance to her energy.
Yeah, she's the extrovert and he's the introvert,
Mhm.
and he is very quiet because I think he only said 3 or 4 words.
Right.
And then her oldest son, this woman has like a 13 or 14-year-old
Yes.
child.
13. 13.
Yeah, and he's just like the dad.
Mhm.
He's very limited in what he says. And let's hope the little one is like her.
Right.
We need some balance in that house.
Mhm.
But yeah, she seems like a fun energy. She appears to be a very smart and intuitive business woman. And she's also been hired by Alexia to be her event planner for her wedding.
Right, but Alexia didn't fill out the questionnaire. But Alexia didn't fill out the questionnaire. You know what,
Alexia,
Mika?
like the point of the questionnaire is for her to get to know what you want. If you don't
Right,
fill it out because you think it's not applicable to you, then she's never going to know what you want, Boobokins. And
right.
that's
That's what
why
she
you
said.
wound up at the Spanish monastery with the gay hookup joint next door.
Right, exactly.
But I would have never took Alexia to the gay, not to the gay monastery, to the Spanish monastery because everybody goes there to get married. And
Mm,
Alexia in her head will think that's a little bit common for me.
right,
And Marisol would have been like, girl, everybody goes there. Yeah, I wouldn't have took her
exactly.
there. But that's why you fill out the questionnaire, hun.
Mhm.
Ugh. I think they should take her to like some winery down at Homestead, and just do it down there.
Exactly.
Mm-mm. All right, so let me take this down. But yeah, that I like her. I like Gertie. I do. I love her whole family aesthetic. I love her business aesthetic. Um, I think she brings a good vibe to this. Her friend Kiki,
Mhm.
she don't need to be here, but whatever.
Stop it. You leave the Kiki alone. She was hilarious. I mean, she said there was some of the wrong stuff, but she was too funny.
I know she's going through a divorce. I get it. But I'm with Marisol on this, that cow udder or goat udder thing.
Right.
Um, who would want to put a goat's udder in their mouth to sample goat's milk?
Right.
It was dumb. I'm just saying. Anything else with Gertie?
No, I think
Okay.
that's it. I think that's it with her. I
Who's
mean, I
next?
right now I like her a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So after Gertie, we can go to is it Julia?
Julia, yeah.
I like her. She has a farm. She's married to Martina Navratilova. She has two daughters from
Mm-hmm.
I think the previous marriage. She met Martina twice at the French Open. The first time was just a casual flirtation. The come hither didn't work the first time, but by happenstance, they
Mm-hmm.
meet around I want to say it's 8 years down the line, and she
At
asked
the
her for
same
a break
French Open.
at the San French Open,
Yep.
and this time she asked her for a breakfast. And she's like Martina's like okay, and then turned to another and to another, and then she moved in
Yeah. She's originally from, and I love how she
Russia,
said this, but she said USSR.
USSR. Yeah.
So she's from communist times. And they
Right.
showed the old footage of her with Dick Clark in Las Vegas when she was in the Miss Universe pageant.
Mhm.
And he was like, calm down, girl. But she said from that one taste of America, she knew this is where she had to be.
Well, no, she said even though she was born and raised in USSR, it was instilled in her to get out the moment you had an
Mm-hmm.
opportunity.
Yep.
And when she got her opportunity, she took it and she left.
Yep. Yep. And so, like, she also like there was another part about it because she was describing there's two houses. There's the farm that's in Broward County, and then they have the Miami Beach place, which is in Miami-Dade. And that took 5 years to build, but it is finally done and they're about to move in. And she said, with regards to her relationship with Martina Navratilova,
Mhm.
um, when they first got together, she was kind of like, okay, we're out in public, no PDA, because that's not accepted. Like she talks about her coming to terms with her own sexuality, her relationship with Martina Navratilova. Like it was a process for her.
Mhm.
And I thought like I like that insight from her. Yeah, they're trying to like push the farm part of her. But I like hearing about her evolution in her sexuality. I really
Mhm.
do. What I was a little concerned about was where Adriana comes into this. Because as we remember, Adriana was a art dealer in the previous incarnation of this show. She still is. Martina Navratilova, she creates art using tennis balls. So Adriana wants to do a solo show displaying her
Mhm.
art, and she's with Julia at the storage facility, and it's just a little odd. I think Adriana could be stepping over bounds because this woman is married. There, I said it. There's nothing wrong
Yeah,
with Adriana exploring her own sexuality, but do it with someone who's not in a committed relationship.
that's fair.
I didn't like that because I like Julia and Martina. I do. Girl, unless they both invite you in,
Right.
tread carefully.
Agreed. But
Mm-mm-mm.
I enjoy Julia a lot. I like her
Yes.
energy. But the funniest part to me was when she's trying to get to the house to meet Martina, and Martina's like, "Hey, can you give me like a cappuccino or a latte?"
Mhm.
And she's like, and her daughter's like, voice note. She's like, "Hi, yeah, I'm running late, so I can't get you a coffee. Be there soon, bye." And her daughter's like, "Mom, that's not how you do a voice note." And you have to be like, and she's like, "So I have to be like cheery into the phone or something, or smiling and something like that." It was hilarious. And then so she shows up to the house, and Martina's like, hey, like, where's my coffee? Julia's like, well, like I was already running late, so I didn't stop to get your coffee. Martina's like, she's all, if I had stopped, I would have been even later. And Martina's like, I could have waited 5 minutes for my coffee.
Yeah.
I was like,
Priorities.
I love it. I absolutely love it.
Girl,
Oh, it's
next
so good.
time, bring my coffee.
Right. I'm the same way. If you're stopping to get coffee, please be late.
Mm-hmm. Child. But yeah, and I like their dynamic together. And I can't wait to see the full tour of the house. Like we saw some of it,
You saw
but
some of
I
it,
want
yeah.
to see like with furniture in it. It was empty.
Yeah,
And I
staging.
want to see that. But it's a nice house. Very nice
Hmm.
house. I hope they're not in the area that floods.
Oh, gotcha. Me neither.
Mm, yeah. So who well last but not least is the doctor,
Nicole.
the good doctor.
Nicole.
Yes.
I have Nicole gives me a vibe. I like her. She's independent. She's an actual doctor.
Hmm.
She's been in practice for about 8 years. Her and Anthony are not married. He's a
She's an
successful lawyer.
anesthesiologist like Dr. Moon.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah.
I like her. I like Anthony. There's something about them that is very curious to me. Like, why do you
Uh-huh.
guys have to move every year? And Nicole,
Hmm.
baby kids, if he can get 40 million for the house, just be quiet and take the money and run.
But did you see his face when she said, I'm gonna do the sushi thing? And he's like, bitch, you know I got realtors coming in here. I got somebody on the hook for 40 million and you want to do sushi up in here?
Yeah, yeah.
He wasn't feeling that. He wasn't
No,
feeling that
they
at
have
all.
they have one son,
Grayson. He's so
Grayson.
cute.
They're just to me they're just a cool little family. But Marisol is not feeling Miss Nicole because she's heard that she runs around talking behind everyone's back. So I'm interested to see how that plays out.
And Alexia goes in the first time that I guess she's meeting Anthony. Why aren't you married? That's none of your business.
When's your wedding date?
Yeah. But her name is Nicole, right?
Nicole.
She warned him about it. He's like, well, why would they ask me? Because they've been asking her probably.
Exactly. And let me circle back to something with Alexia. When they were talking about her OnlyFans, this and that, she's like, when some of these women are on their third and fourth marriages, they have no room to ask me anything or talk about me. I was like, well,
that was a good comeback. I like that.
I'm like,
it was in her confessional.
I'm like, you ain't lies.
It's true. It's true. Like, don't worry about what she got going on. Worry about yourself, Alexia. But I can't wait till Marisol confronts her about what she's been saying in these streets.
Yeah.
Exactly. But what is it though?
Right. What is that bad that because Nicole and Gertie are really close, but I don't see where Nicole is close to really anyone else. So I'm very interested to see who's actually good friends with who. Outside of the two groups we've seen, like does Nicole run more in the crowds with Alexia and them, since Alexia and Gertie are such good friends? I want to see the friendship dynamics play out, so I can get a better picture. Because we know Julia and Adriana are very good friends. So this is gonna be this is like we have 9 ladies. Think about it, 6 full timers, 3 friends. I'm looking forward to see like the interwebs of these friendships.
What did you think about her party though? Her sushi party.
I mean, it was she's no Heather Dubrow, but it was cute. Just saying, it's no Nobu.
No, it isn't.
I mean, not to be rude, but literally y'all could just went to like Rayleigh's or Safeway and grabbed up some California rolls out the refrigerator counter and put it on plates. It'd been the same thing.
Yeah.
From what I could see.
She didn't have all of the zhuzh, but it was a nice little event for her first time doing it.
Right.
Yeah, I could have done without the only problem I had, that's so old. I'm like, that's so 4 or 5 years ago. Why is she thinking that this is new? I could have done without it. But I guess she enjoyed it.
Yeah, she thought it was really, really cool. Like, oh my god, this is fantastic. This is so. I think in her head she thought it was more innovative than it really was.
But I don't understand. Like, if she goes out to any of these parties, that is so old. Like, no one's doing that anymore. I don't know. So, do we want to drop the link? Okay, so I'm dropping the link. Is there anything else that happened in these 2 episodes that we need to focus in on?
Not really, because these first 2 episodes they did this very well. We're just meeting the ladies and actually exploring their friendship dynamics.
I told you this in text. I think something's going to come out regarding Anthony. Hear me saying Anthony like he in Brooklyn. Something's going to come out with Anthony. He's an attorney. He's selling $40 million houses. He's flipping houses every year. He won't marry this woman. Something's going to come out.
Oh, we gotta talk
I
about
just feel it.
Alexia. Oh, we gotta talk about Alexia and like the Herman's lover who wants to meet with
Oh,
her.
yes, yes. So that was at the end of episode 2. Marisol was brilliant in the confessionals. Marisol was like, "Why are you doing this?" But hit Alexia's assistant has seen Herman's paramour um, out at the club. And so he's like, I'd be more than happy to talk with Alexia if she wants me to. He brings it up. Alexia's like, okay, yeah, I want to get this resolved before my marriage. I just want to know. And they set it up. And he says yes when he comes back from his vacay. And
Mhm.
she's like, okay. And Marisol is like, are you crazy?
But then they bring him up on Instagram, and they're like, "Oh my
And
god!"
the penis.
Right? They're like, but Marisol's like, "He's doing better than you are." I was like, and Marisol's like, her question. I could see the the interest. I could see like,
But did you see how shady production was when they flashed back to Herman and he was like, "No, I don't know who you are," to this guy, and then the guy got down on his knees and says, "Do you
right?
remember me now?"
I was like, oh, that was rough.
And then who was it that brought it up? And I don't know if this was in the show or in a preview that they heard that Herman died having sex with the paramour.
That was it was
Was
okay.
it
I think
Adriana?
it was part of the trailer, and it was Adriana saying this to Alexia. Yeah, it was Adriana.
Ciao. This is team too much. Like this is one Pandora's box that I'm not sure you want to open. All right, so we've got
Right.
a Blavi here. Hello, Blavi. Welcome back.
Hello. This
Okay.
this show was on point. You know, I've been waiting for a gay husband storyline. You know, I've been waiting for it. I've been waiting. I wanted her to catch him in the bed. No, listen. That's how I wanted her to catch it.
Oh no, but they had separated. They were on the way to divorcing when he passed away, right?
Well, remember, he didn't want to get a divorce. He was
He didn't
acting
want a
like
divorce.
yeah.
Oh, so he didn't want the gay part of himself to come out. He didn't want to come out as bisexual.
No.
Interesting. Ooh,
But you know,
and we've
he's
got someone
Latino,
else.
so that would have been really hard to sit there and be bisexual.
Mm-hmm. So, hi, we have a new person on our chat. Is it Kay or is it Kai?
It's Kai.
Hi, welcome.
Hi, I've been watching you guys for a minute now, but I think I have always missed it if you did a call-in before, though.
We don't generally do the call-ins because it's my fault. I have a lot of time constrictions, but Fridays and Thursdays, we have a little more leeway. But welcome. What'd you think about the episodes?
I missed Real Housewives of Miami. I'm very happy it is back. I forgot how much, which I was rewatching the old episodes, but they were truly authentically a mess. No one was like putting on. They were just authentically a hot, rich mess. And I love it.
They were. They had a lot of drama, a lot. And there was a lot of like subliminal plots going on, especially with Leah.
Yeah.
I always wondered about her mentorship of Adriana. That's
it
the
gave
kindest
me
way
very
I
much
could put
so white woman savior, because the way that she like, I get, which this is all, but like, I get her being upset about Adriana not telling her she was married, but the way that she took it and like it was very much so off-putting. I feel like you could have been like, I felt betrayed, but then she took it out like
she cut her out of a commission.
Yeah,
that's how I took it.
Yeah, it was no, it was very weird. But also I love that I'm 24, so I've been watching this as like a child. Beverly Hills could never, because the thing is, it's like Beverly Hills, I feel like there's only like 1 or 2 people out of the whole cast who are really living that life. Real House of Miami, basically almost everyone's house is sickening. It's dumb stupid. Even if they are scamming, because Anthony, you are right, I'm a little question. He's scamming better than PK could never. PK could never scam like
that. But you, Miami, you can be a little less rich, right? Like you can be $100,000 there No, like in terms of the way real estate goes, now they're not that. They're millionaires, but like Beverly Hills, like a piece of junk is $7 million.
The money does spend in different markets, so I get where Ablavi's coming from. But it's nice to see where all the ladies are pretty much on equal footing versus there being such a disparity between the wives. Mm-hmm. And I like this show right now, especially because all the women seem to have their own. They're not dependent on a man. So that really like got me in. And they're coming out the gate just not playing with nobody.
Wait, Alexia's dependent on the green.
Yeah, wait a minute.
Yeah. Wait, hold up.
And so is Adriana, because I ain't never known her to have a job.
But wait, she got a house? Because have we seen her domicile yet?
Listen, I think that's why she was
friend us, though.
We still need to see the domicile because I still got questions from.
But even Marisol's house was looking very basic.
It was.
What we saw.
Marisol always been basic.
Yes,
exactly. But so we can.
But no, her mother's condo was pretty solid.
Yeah. But didn't her mother have a lot of health issues before she passed, which could have absorbed a lot of like funds?
That's true.
That's true. No, fair point.
But I guess it's just like even if it's basic, I know it's better than and I know they're not trying too hard. And I feel like that's like the problem of Beverly Hills. It's like I'm sorry, I cannot stand Dorit. She is walking microaggressions, wanting to be an American white woman, and now she's trying to get her white ethnicity back, and it's just not happening for you. I'm sorry. And she tries too hard. And I feel like here people don't try as hard. I feel like they've gotten interesting personalities where the personalities can work. And like things are just like falling where the meaning. Debbie, you brought up.
This is a better casting because remember, they all share a similar culture, which is what they are having a hard time doing in other cities because they're all Caribbean / Latino. Their culture is very similar.
This is true.
That's true.
So a lot of those cultural issues won't happen. Like they know what not to bring up, whereas every other place they want to put the one black girl or the one Asian.
Right. I was going to say that, Bobby.
Yeah, that's just true. I'm like a part of the Black diaspora. My mom's Jamaican and all that kind of stuff. And that is true. It does when they are friends, it doesn't feel like the person necessarily sticks out. Obviously, we already know that there are issues between the Caribbean, the community culture, and all that kind of stuff. But there is still like Alexia talking about her, being a gringo, and like there's still those kind of like things that they can ride the wave of being similar, and so it's not the whole like Dorit versus Garcelle, where I felt Dorit was trying to like prove that she was like more as cultural as like Garcelle is. That's what last season Beverly Hills kind of gave me.
But I kind of wish Garcelle was on this show.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
But she doesn't actually have that. Well, I guess it could bring out what we know is inside of Garcelle, which is that one who sent an email to all of her husband's people talking about him having a 5-year relationship.
But I just think that these women are more like, that's what I always liked about Miami. It was like you were in somebody's house. Like you feel like they live in these houses. They cook in these houses. Their family goes to Thanksgiving dinners here. They,
nothing feels rented is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Listen, I just realized something. Real Housewives of Miami might have been the first 90-Day Fiance. Because remember Marisol's first marriage on the ski slope? And it was Alexia who was calling that out, saying, or Adriana, one of the two of them calling out, saying all he wanted was a green card.
Green card, yeah.
Well, I thought that was Leah. Leah was because she kept making like jokes about like 90 Day, he wants a green card, and that was a big issue for Marcel with Leah. Because they were talking about how Leah makes jokes about it, and it was not being serious, but she was being serious.
This particular franchise was so groundbreaking in so many ways, and that's why it was so hurtful when it was gone.
It was snatched from us. It was a crime.
But the problem was when they put Joanna on. Because Joanna, she, even though she was funny, she belonged on one of the other ones because she was not Latin. And Roman was not Latin either, even though he tried to pretend like he was. He got on my nerves.
But the thing was, I do see why they were on the show, because down here there is a big Eastern European community. But I just didn't like her personality. I didn't like her sister. I liked Roman because he was a whore. But she was not appealing to me.
It felt like, especially with Lisa, it felt like, because I was watching like the last reunion shoot, and I was like, what is going on with her? The way I remember the assistant like talking crazy to Lisa and how she was laughing, it was like she was weirdly like people, which I know you guys don't necessarily like Candace, but that to me is like an evil housewife. The way that she was laughing at this man attacking Lisa, and she's supposed to be her friend, and then you turn around and make fun of her for having multiple miscarriages, and like you were watching her parents-in-law rag talking her about how you weren't giving their son children.
We don't hate Candace. We just wish she would get a career. Stop getting rented houses.
Yeah, but and then it was like Jordana like gave me this weird sense of like, yeah, she was a working woman, but it almost always felt like she was jealous of the other women. It was like, yeah, you're a working woman, but you're a working woman based off of your looks, and it feels like you're jealous, especially of Lisa for marrying well off of her looks and really not having to do anything.
But I always questioned her modeling career. Was she like a model, or was she a model on a yacht?
She was a glamour girl,
a sexual model. Yeah. She was always like swimsuit. It wasn't like a Naomi Campbell, Cindy Crawford. It wasn't that. It was always swimsuits, GQ, sexiest mom, which is it's still a feat, but it's still like very wholesome and like your sex appeal and how you acquiesce to men. And it also like when it came to like, Lisa and Adriana, she always looked down on them and just like, you're making your money essentially on the same thing. So I don't really know what this issue is here, because it's not like you like are known for your catwalk and all that kind of like, yeah, you have a nice looking body and you're a pretty Eastern European woman, like.
But I thought for this show they should have put somebody who was half Colombian, half Jewish, or something like that. I know they wanted to put an Eastern European in, but she just was not accomplished enough. Because even their apartment was very basic. She just didn't fit in.
Mm-hmm.
Because Lisa's husband is Russian.
Oh yes. He's of Russian descent.
Yeah, he's first generation, remember?
Yep. I'm remembering his parents now.
So she had a connection, but she even wanted to be better than Lisa. And it's like, sweetheart, Lisa is living the lifestyle. You might want to go and ask her how she did it, because she was like you back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like, she spends millions. She was going off on her spending Hermes bags. Then Lisa dropped it, like talking about how she had that rented diamond that Roman gave her, and how she had to like return it to get a smaller one. And she was lying about how like, it was too big. And she was like, what girl just returned a bigger diamond for a smaller one?
But let's go back to the show. Let's go back to the characters. Okay, let's start off with Alexia. Alexia needs to find another shade of blonde. That's what I've always hated about her. Her hair and it's something about her skin tone. She needs to go darker with that blonde. That blonde has always driven me crazy with her. There is something about that blonde. I cannot tolerate it. It has like no low lights or anything. It's just like
it matches her face. It matches her complexion. Poor thing.
Now what got me was the lips. I don't know what happened, especially when she has
the neon. Look good. She looked good for mid-50s, right?
She looks good. It just, I don't know what happened to the lips. It felt like the lips like grew 2 inches wide on her face.
Yeah.
Well, everybody's over-injecting.
Yeah.
Maybe once it settles,
That's the only thing.
Yeah.
But Peter and Todd's situation is interesting. I need to know what happened. What were the words that were said? Because yes, you should put your child first, but Peter is Peter.
Wait, hold on. No. This child. Let's talk about this child thing. I'm 29 too. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna enjoy. I'm not living a $10,000 mansion, having a bisexual ex-husband, and putting all that up because my son wants to get an attitude because he can't provide for himself, and he's mad at the world because he couldn't get the woman he wanted. He would just have to go somewhere over there. Maybe he can go back to Colombia for a bit and see how hard. No, Cuba. And see how hard we worked. And no, I'm not leaving my man for a grown child. No.
Mm-mm.
He's a grown child.
I'm just not doing it.
I'm
not living hard. $10,000 penthouse.
The self-parking of it all. The view of it all. I was just
like that hair and nail salon is not going to get that luxury.
No. When she said commercial real estate, not resident, commercial real estate.
Commercial is big money. And Peter, again, always self-destructive, biting the hand that feeds you. You could have been there and coming up in Ty's company. And
But not just that,
instead,
that's the thing about Frankie. Frankie's going to need long-term care. And I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I would not trust Peter with him. He's too irresponsible. No.
I mean,
well,
he
look
gave
what
him
happened. Yeah.
So he would be mad. I would say, see you later. See, she better than me. I would say you can go to Cuba for a few years. And when you want to act right, come back.
Ciao.
I think you're talking about Julia, which I'm confused if it's Julia. Well, I mean, Adriana said Julia, but she's also from USSR, so I'm like, is it Julia or Yulia? But I feel like she's the one flirting more so with Adriana than Adriana's flirting with her, because we do know Adriana's a flirty personality. But when they were like getting the art for Martina, and then the way she was like calling her like my Snow White and like don't say it like that, it's too early in the day. That was all Julia.
I know it's just, and that's why I said, unless Julia and Martina is inviting her in and they roll like that, but be very careful, because if Martina don't know about that, that's a problem.
But when she said don't say it like that, and Adriana's like, what do you mean? And she said it's too early in the day. I was like, what is happening here?
But can we go to the gay storyline a minute? Because I was getting a little confused. She said she was with a man, right? And had the first daughter. Then in 2000, she met Martina, but it didn't go nowhere. But she was thinking she liked a little bit of vagina. Then she said she had the second daughter with another man.
Oh, I didn't keep track of the men.
No, I thought the daughters came from the same from the husband. Oh,
she didn't have a husband. Remember, she said she couldn't marry a man. That's why
she never found a soulmate. You're right. That's my fault.
So we have two different daddies. Then she said she wasn't from the States. She lived in France.
Yes.
And then they moved to her and Martina. Okay, Martina. Which one is she? What? I know she's big in tennis, but I don't remember which one she is.
Martina Navratilova. She's
back from the 80s.
80s.
Okay, 70s, that's before my time.
Yeah, late 70s, 80s, and the early part of the 90s.
I think she switched to doubles then because she was like over the hill.
Well, she lost Wimbledon '94 to Conchita Martinez. Then she retired a little bit later down the line. She came back around 2000-ish.
Did she do that tournament with the man and beat him? No, that was Billie Jean.
No, that's Billie Jean King. Okay, so Billie Jean would have been right before her, and then Martina came in.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Exactly. Either way, it's tennis and it's good money, so she's like.
But I remember she's like Czech or something, but she became an American citizen, you know. So that's her wife. And it seems like they dip it and do it. So I'm here for it. The house, we got to see. I don't like seeing houses when they aren't done. Like, I like an entry, and they need to work on that entry. But it was a cute house. It was giving me, real cute. I like the little dock on the back. It was cute.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out what took 5 years.
So it looks like...
I think she said it was a teardown, right?
It was a teardown. She bought it as a teardown.
And I bet you anything permits.
Oh, okay. We'll give them that. Okay.
Miami's a mess with permits, especially down in Miami Beach, because they have their own city zoning and all of that. Permits and construction. Let's not forget that. So I can see that.
But so she was great. She didn't really give us much. Okay, let's talk about the what's the black girl's friend's name? She was getting on my nerves that first episode.
Hey guys, real quick, keep the conversation going. I have to get off and charge, so I have juice for my third show on the other channel. So ladies, keep it going. Kai, so nice to have you. So nice to meet you. Finally, welcome.
Thank you.
Blobby, always good to see you.
Yes.
With all the mess. We in for a ride with 90 Day in Miami, so you gonna have to come back up because we're gonna have to talk about it. Especially if you watched all 2 hours of 90 Day, we're gonna have to have you back to talk about it.
Yeah, 2 hours.
All right, y'all. See you later.
Bye.
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 What was that girl's name?
Kiki. She was
Kiki.
less than
Kiki.
smart. I don't know what was happening. I don't know. She said her engagement broke off, but I was like, girl, engaged, that does not mean you lose some brain cells.
Yeah, like I said, I couldn't get down with do I put my mouth on the udder and get milk? What? Do you do that with a cow? Like, are you serious? Like, what? Whatever.
And she wasn't being cheeky about it, like, which Marcel, I feel like, obviously, like, did overact a bit, but it was still just weird.
But I could have understood, like, when Marisol said, like, that's just stupid. I was like, yes, you took the words right out of my mouth. That's just stupid. God.
She was absolutely ridiculous. I'm assuming she's a friend to the show, right?
I think so. Or just a friend of Gertie. I don't know.
Because she was Miss Haiti.
She was?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah,
I mean, she's
bars. Well, let me tell you, you got to do better. Come on now.
Well, that means she has to know how to answer questions.
I'm hoping that she was just she was on some Benadryl or something and just wasn't 100% there.
Okay.
Well, I don't know how old she is. I want to say early to mid 30s, but I don't want to be disrespectful.
Maybe she's in her mid 30s.
Oh, I'm skipping here, but okay. I know you talked about Larson's party, but also can we talk about how it was a Pretty Little Thing sponsorship event?
Yeah.
Pretty Little Thing sponsored an event on Real Housewives of Miami for Scottie Pippen's wife. What is happening?
Oh my God. Wait, hold on. I will.
Okay, actually, Marisol is not a wife.
No, she's a friend. Yeah. Marisol, Adriana, they're friends.
And Kiki.
Yeah.
See, I think too why we like this show is because it's 9 women instead of 4. Because there's 6 wives and 3. Yeah.
Especially because the people that are getting are not interesting enough for there only to be 4 people.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so the party was the party was very basic, and I'm not gonna try to shade her, but I need her to wash her house before she starts filming it there.
Well, nothing has changed.
Larissa.
Yeah, well, listen, exactly. That was what I took away was when Adriana walked in and said, "Oh, I haven't been here in like 7 years and nothing has changed." I was like, "Come through, Leah. Come through. Leah taught you well. Good observation." But they've been trying to sell that house for a minute now.
Why is it taking them so long? Isn't that like prime real estate where they are?
I don't know. It should be, so it should go quickly, but there's probably a reason why there isn't. Either it's overpriced or outdated or there's some structural issues.
So all of the above.
Yeah.
Oh Lord. Yeah.
Because they say that her and Scottie live in the same house together with his girlfriend. That's what they say on the streets.
In that house or in Los Angeles?
They all live together in Miami with the kids and because that's what came out when Mike Beasley and her were dating. They said Scottie used to let his wife go out and date other men.
But why is their divorce taking so long? That I never understood.
Well, I guess because like they're separated, but like they're both allowed to date. I'm like just get divorced, and like it's Florida, it's not California. And I know she's separated, but God,
she's saying something about assets separating. What asset?
Well, because she was married to him for 21 years, and she's trying to get more than when she can legally get.
But how are you supposed to get something out of nothing?
That's the problem.
Well, I remember in the first season how she talked about how she's one who's like managing a lot of things. I don't know if she's trying to like pull that angle, but I'm just like, what is happening here? And it was so weird. She's like, "Oh, we talked to the daughter. I forgot her name. The daughter about staying in her room." I was like, it was just
that was tacky.
I don't know how live her life because I don't really care about the OnlyFans thing. But I'm just like, but it still seems like her life is so mismanaged.
Well, remember, Scottie Pippen went through a bankruptcy recently.
Mm-hmm.
So it wouldn't make sense to get a divorce right when he had that. and he and her have the house in Miami, which is probably most of their assets. Then they have the rental in California. And, remember, he has to pay alimony to an ex-wife, and he has children before her. So Lord knows how much money he really has.
Yeah, I think she's trying to get blood out of a stone, honestly. Just let it go. If your OnlyFans is doing that well, then let that be your as
right, because they say he only has 20 million. Entrepreneur. They say he only has 20 million. That house is probably 50% of that.
Yeah,
probably.
And when I say mismanaged, it's because it's it's not like they're talking about it, but I would watch the YouTube. Some of the things it's actually not crazy. Like some of the girls are becoming millionaires on OnlyFans, especially the way her type. I can see that. So I'm just hoping are you buying real estate with this? Are you buying an apartment complex and stuff? What are you doing? I hope it's not just for you being on the gram, because if it's just for you being on the gram and you're supposed to be a single woman, I need you to do better.
Listen, she's rebuilding her body with that money because she's not getting 10 grand a day.
If she's getting 10 grand a day, right? What is that, like 300,000 a month? And that would be taxes. That'd be 3.6, and then because of her tax rate, that's probably at least 2 million a year. And we know Larissa, remember the Kardashians said to look like them takes 350,000 a month. So the math ain't mathing.
Well, she doesn't really look like them. We're gonna.
But wait, did y'all pick up when she said something about how she talks to a lot of men from the Middle East?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I picked up on that.
You know what's funny about that? Why is she acting like she's not a woman for the Middle East? That was what confused me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she did say. Well, okay. Because I don't think it's crazy. I think the way I talk to my girlfriends when I'm talking about dating or the people who are interested in me, I can be oh, I'm popular with black. I can see that's. I don't think that's crazy.
No, but if my friends are black, right, they're going to assume that my default is black. If I'm talking to people outside my friend group, everybody knows Larissa is Middle Eastern, even though she pretends like she's Latino, like the other one.
She's not talking about that, because I think about me and my girlfriend talk about being on Tinder. It's not about who you're talking to; it's about who's reaching out to you, and so you understand the groups of people who are reaching out to you versus what you go after. Those are two different things.
Right, but Larissa doesn't like Middle Eastern men.
But those are the people, she says, the people who DM me. I'll get a lot of DMs from Middle Eastern guys. So that's them reaching out to her, not her reaching out to them.
I don't know why she's not, because they have a ton of money.
Exactly.
She's probably got her head. We know what happens in our community with the athletes and stuff. So who knows what has happened? I would have been like, okay, I'm returning home.
Right, but she's getting charged for those DMs. You have to pay to talk to her.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So she's taking the coin.
That's what it's not crazy. It's not crazy. If you're talking about DMs and all that kind of stuff, it's not crazy.
Because I'm gonna be honest with you, she looks so different. I didn't realize how much plastic surgery Larissa got.
I know.
Yes. When they showed that old clip of her in that long gray dress, it was very strategic because you got to see her from the back. And then she turned around and you saw her cute little face. And then they showed the blow-up doll that she is now. And you're just like, whoa, what happened?
Because she had some plastic surgery before. Because she got a nose job. But goodness. You can't even tell. She used to have a lot more ethnic looking look to her.
Well, that's what happens. When a lot of people who are I say it's kind of I forgot what the name is, on the Instagram face and all that kind of stuff. But it's you do have white ethnic groups that do have more ethnic features. And we see the transformation of the Kardashians and all that kind of stuff. It's they went through a period of washing away some of their Armenian features, and now they're kind of returning back to that because that's the in-style look. So she's in that place of transitioning away from whatever her ethnic features are, but now it's becoming more popular. So she's probably going to start doing some more work again, but she needs to stop it.
She does, but I personally think that she's broke. And I personally think that if Real Housewives of Miami did not knock on her door, because I personally believe she makes $10,000 a night sleeping with young athletes. And
well, I know that's $10,000 a night.
Exactly. And she should just tell Ariana that.
Oh my God.
Come on,
regardless, if she's making or not, it's mismanaged.
Listen, we saw it from the TV screen. And it wasn't looking like no 10,000.
No, that party was in that. I was like, oh my god.
And did you see how she shaded Lenny when she told her that Adriana's boobs were too hard?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
But
that marriage is not good.
I know.
And is it bad that I'm looking forward to a divorce?
No.
And so are all the residents of Star Island.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think she will divorce him. I really don't, because she likes plastic surgery too much. Like, you have to remember.
He looks tired of her.
He did, but it's cheaper to keep her now. If they've been married 14 years, she's been there with a lot of his wealth.
And she's been helping make the wealth because also remember she's like the manager or whatever of their Medi spa or esthetician spa or whatever they have above the practice. I remember them talking about that.
Didn't she used to say that like he fully built her, like he built a wife or something? Like this is all of his work. She's been a walking billboard for him from the jump.
Exactly. He's not leaving her. She's too much of a good thing for her. All her friends come to him. You know, she gives him at least $10,000 a month with her friends and the rich men they sleep with.
Do y'all believe that it was only an emotional affair that he had when they were separated?
No, but I will give it to her that she says it's an emotional affair, but I'm not stupid. I will never know. She did say that. So I'll give her credit for not being like too obtuse to think that it could just be that.
But here's the thing, Debbie. She was having an affair too. So what you getting mad for?
Wait, she was?
Oh yeah. The way she said, listen, if he cheated on her and she said they were separated, aka I was having a hot girl summer. And he was having an emotional affair with a $2 hoe, aka a woman he needed to upgrade.
So he wanted to build a second model.
Mm-hmm. Because she's got to be almost 40 now, right?
Wasn't she in her 20s when this started? Because all the work that she had done honestly made her look older.
Oh, yes. I remember this. Yes.
She's 39.
Age appropriate.
She's 39 now?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Because remember, Miami's been gone for remember, they were married for a very long time when the show
when they came on. Yeah.
Like just to not have children and stuff like that.
Yeah, because that was the parents' argument. You've been with her too long. Like I got the feeling they were saying, you've given her enough time, dump her and get somebody else who could breed.
Mm-hmm.
They were, but that also leads me to believe that I can sort of get the whole way. She's like, okay, whatever, especially because like he was ragtagging her behind about like not being able to be successfully pregnant herself, and the parent situations. I can believe she probably like did walk away, but I also can believe at the end of the day maybe there was a talk around town and his parents said you need to get back with her because I can see them being like, we built this family, we have this name, and like we're not going to like throw like I can see him coming back and maybe still having his side piece.
No, that's not what I think happened. I think they were doing the IVF and the woman happened to get pregnant. And so the family was like, oh, no. Because remember, Lenny doesn't like a smart woman. He likes a Barbie doll. So this is one they can control. So then she could have the 2 kids and stuff like that because when did Real Housewives of Miami go off the air? 2013, 2014?
They started in 11, so 14 maybe.
Yeah, and then the baby was 2015. Remember on the show?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because they started the IVF on the show.
Yeah, I think that the surrogate got pregnant, and it was like, no, we want this child, so let's get back together.
Mm-hmm. Oof. No bueno. But look, this season, like I'm feeling it already.
You are?
Oh, like, wait, Nicole.
I like it. Oh, Nicole.
I'm sorry. She wants to be married, and she talks about marriage so much in this confessional for someone who does not care. And I'm sorry. The fact that she calls him her husband, and you don't care about marriage and it's antiquated, then you shouldn't care about titles, and you should be fine calling him either your baby daddy, your boyfriend, or your partner, like a grown woman.
But no, I want to know more on her storyline. I can't wait to her and Marisol go at it. Because remember, she said that they both been married before. I want to know if it was a cheatation.
And I want to see her dad, because she's the one whose father went to jail too, right?
Yeah, he was in the cocaine.
Right. I want to see her dad come in. I want to get to know more about him. I want him to be really, really messy.
He is.
Oh my God.
I want him to be messy. And I told Jamal this, like, I feel something's going to come up about Anthony.
But this is the thing. Can we be honest? Like, she needs to stop acting like she's like, yes, she does very well for herself. She makes good money for all intensive purposes. But an anesthesiologist cannot afford a house for $40 million. So I'm going to leave her to keep it a buck. You know?
Well, anesthesiology of 8 years at that. And she doesn't say she specializes in anything extra or anything like that. She's board certified, so I get to her. But yeah, she's not affording that. And unless he's like some like big bank, like corporate lawyer or whatever. And
lawyers can afford that. But a doctor cannot afford that lifestyle.
But she said, for me, though, she doesn't necessarily talk like she knows she can afford this all on her own. Like, she's very much so aware of, like,
she talks about how, said she was a power couple. And
well, because she's a doctor. I'm not going to, just because my partner makes more than me, I'm not going to downplay myself about being a doctor, being a board certified.
Right, but that lifestyle it's like, for instance, if I married Jeff Bezos, right? And I was an attorney. I'm an attorney, but honey, I'm married to Jeff Bezos. So no matter what I do, he's the power in this couple.
Yeah, but I'm not going to give that, because it's like, I would never want to degrade myself just because my person makes more than me. I still have my own thing. Now, could I not do my thing and I still be living the same way because of him? Sure. But
it would be one thing if you're married, but she's not married. And that's dangerous.
That's why I brought that up earlier and we skipped over it. I said she cares.
But it's dangerous for how much money he makes. That's a dangerous position to be in, because if they break up, she cannot afford that lifestyle.
True.
That's a dangerous position to be in. And he's not, and like, I hate to say this, but you're not together unless you're married. You're single until you're married.
Yes.
So if he wants to sleep with other women, how does that go? Yeah, you're single until you're married. People may not like that.
She needs to stop talking like they are married, because you are not.
But didn't she say that he's the one that introduces her as the wife? And that she was tired of like saying, this is my boyfriend, I'm too old.
Yeah, but then she also said, I call him, like, he's my husband. He's not maybe. She also said, she contradicted herself.
Yeah, she's giving mixed messages, because I think she's confused.
Like, if she was 24, okay. But what is she, 38? You know, we got to stop these games at 38. And then two, I'm looking at his law firm too, because I want to know, Jamal, what kind of lawyering are you doing? Are you doing deals for suspicious people? Because I don't know what type of lawyer he is. I'm not saying he ain't legitimate, but I say even for a lawyer,
it is kind of suspicious. They've been together for 6 years and they've been in 6 different houses. And like you said, $40 million houses. He's going and buying Bugattis, like
Aston Martins. That was
a lot.
Those were some $100,000s, close to $1 million cars. What do you really do?
It's interesting. Yes. And that's why I want to see how their story unfolds. Because
he's not a Roy Black, right? He's not one of those. Do you think we got another Erica situation on this with a scamming lawyer?
Oh my God, Debbie, don't worry. I don't know. She did say when she met him in Vegas, he was flashy like that. So he's been flashy like this for a while. Maybe we need to figure out, does he come from money? So does he already have a trust fund? Do you invest well? What's the assets looking like other than the house and cars? What's happening here?
But even investing well. Listen, Dorothy has a little change on her. But when you buying houses, let's say the house he bought isn't $40 million. Let's say he bought the house for $30 million.
Yeah, because he said it's a good deal. So that means that they're recouping on something. So they're not selling it for what they paid for.
Even if you're selling and buying houses, what are you doing? Like, you typically don't live in a house. You are going to sell. So it's like, you typically, if you're selling houses like that, you typically have a house you live in, and that's investment property. So this is just suspicious.
You know how he comes across to me? Almost like Jeff from Flipping Out. Because they would find these houses to flip and they would live in one, but they're professional flippers. I don't know what it is that he's doing. And these are really expensive flips if you can sell it for 40 million.
And it sounds like it's a big chunk of extra money.
Exactly.
From what they bought
and then the look that he gave her when she said she was doing that sushi party in the house. Mind you, I was like, girl, you doing sushi in a house that's getting ready to be sold for 40 million? Like, don't screw up that sale. And then when I saw the look on his face, I was like, wait, huh? Like, and they've never done any entertaining in that house.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I was like, why are they getting these houses? Because it doesn't seem like they entertain. Because, I'm like, it's just two people, one child. The cast, I do understand, like, people do that. Like, look at Lisa and Lily. But Lisa and Lily, they entertain. These people, the way that she put that sushi thing together, she is not a lady who entertains. She did not do finishing school. She does not know about this life.
Lisa now that's and another Lenny, thing. They do raves. They don't entertain. They do raves, and they get penalized heavy for them. But yeah, like the mere fact that she thought that girl with the table around her
which was cultural
like
appropriation.
Amazing.
That woman was not Asian and was dressed as a geisha.
I was gonna stay away from that. But my thing is, girl, you don't entertain at all. If you thought that was amazing.
It's just very
a lot of house for that.
But then too, it's very interesting because like Alexa, Alexa's husband was, I saw this Netflix documentary. Her husband was doing some real interesting things, honey, and went to
wait, the first one or the second one?
The first one.
Oh yes.
I saw that documentary and I saw what he was doing and how they made money, and I was like, but Alexa never talks about it.
She sprays a lot of perfume on that part of her life.
But she said both her parents were doctors. So Sway, how you go from being doctors' children to Kingpin's wives?
But were they doctors in Cuba or were they doctors here?
She did not explain that.
She did not explain that.
Because a lot of people come from overseas as professionals, and when they get here, they got to start all over again and get their certification and go to school or, go back. They got to build back up to what they were.
But I'm just saying, like, we all know Alexa was about that life in her youth. And Alexa don't bring it up. She make it like, it was my youth.
Yeah, she sanitizes that part.
Nicole is messy, and Nicole is upset because Nicole comes from, I think it bothers her that, her father was a kingpin and was the stereotype. I think that bothers her because even though she's a doctor and things like that, people are still like, people who, the Cubans know who you are.
I thought what bothered her was that he fucked it up and they lost everything.
Yes. Because I remember they said they came, they took, and they seized all of her assets, and she watched her mom struggle.
I thought she was feeling, petty about that.
But Nicole, though, to me, no shade to her. Why does her pictures before and now look so different? Like when they showed her as a teenager, I said, "Oh, you didn't got knifed up a bit too."
I wouldn't be surprised if she did. In order to be with Anthony.
And another thing, she needs to get low light. And again, the blonde is not the blonde for you.
Hold on, let me see if I can find a picture. Okay, so here's your picture of poor little Alexia. And let me see if I can. Oh, yeah, I found one of little Miss Nicole.
No.
Oof. Well,
no. And another thing about her too is I need her to stop dressing like a teenage girl and start dressing like a woman.
Do I even remember what she wore? No.
That tells you.
Yeah, she's not that significant for me. It's sad that I'm more interested in Anthony than I am in her.
Okay, now let's talk about the girl from Haiti. Y'all are going to be mad at me about this, but her husband's a bum. I said it. I know it was teenage love. I know that, you know, a firefighter is a great career for a woman like me and you. Well, not for me, for y'all. But you selling luxury?
I said y'all. Oh, don't do me like that.
I'm sorry. It just can't be for me. I don't date no fireman. That's too hard of a job for me to date.
I went to a PWI that cost $78,000 a year. Respectable.
It's a respectable career, but no.
But what really bothered me is she said she did not go to NYU. Girl, if you didn't long distance date, I would have gone to NYU. Call me. We visit each other.
He had her digmatized.
And I don't understand why. He's very Dale in accounting. I don't know what.
Well, he might treat her well. Okay, he might treat her well, and that
listen. When you selling luxury and fabulous, I'm gonna need you to sell it in every aspect of your life.
Well, we don't know when she started selling luxury because she met him before then.
And then can we be a little petty? They need somebody black doing their hair because her hair was bothering me. Her hair was bothering me. I think she goes to one of those white salons because that's how they like to do wigs and weaves. And I need her to go to the black style hairstylist. What part of Miami was that? Miami Gardens to hook up your hair because her hair was driving me nuts.
Really?
Yeah.
I wasn't paying attention to her hair.
You can even honest. That picture right there. You can see where the wig starts and her hair ends. It should blend, and it hasn't been. The part hasn't been picked.
No, it has not. It looks black from what I can tell. I don't see any scalp.
And then the hair is too like Raggedy Ann doll, and you have to cut it and shape it for your head. You can't just put on a wig and go.
You can't. Y'all don't like the shake and goes.
No.
And you don't even like this one?
No, because look at the hair.
Oof.
Look at the hair and how dead it is. They like doing that. That's what the white salons like doing because that's what their hair does. It gives them like that little volume. No. They like doing that when you go to the white salons. They be having your hair looking all bushy, like because their hair just be going with the wind like Beyonce and ours be looking a mess. No.
Oh Lord.
You know what it is.
Maybe she can get a hookup later on.
But I'm saying she need to get it. But I do like her selling her party theme was very cute. That's why I was like, she's not going to tell Larissa off because this party theme was atrocious. This was like your kid's birthday party. What are we doing?
Yeah.
It was
but
pretty
don't
little
forget,
thing.
the photo shoot that Gertie was doing was multi-purpose because she was shooting that out to all sorts of magazines and online publications and social media. Like she was using that to really promote her business, and that's why I liked her. You know what? Business. You can do your little shake and go wig. I don't care, but I care about what's up in here and how she's pushing forward.
Which bothered me about Alexis because she did not take her seriously. How are you going to hire me and I have a process and you're going to ignore it? That bothered me. I'm I know you're not a first time bride, but like this is which I've never been married before, but I believe like if you're a wedding girl and you're gonna do a wedding every time you get married, then I feel like you should care. So it was a bit off-putting that she was so lackadaisical about getting that process started.
Yeah.
I'm like, she sent you out like it's 20 minutes, she was explaining it to the producer. I'm like, girl, this is like something serious. Why would you not fill this out and you want this extravagant wedding?
But Gertie should have never taken her to the monastery. I wouldn't have taken Alexia, someone like Alexia or even Marisol up there. I just wouldn't have. It's a beautiful place, but I feel like they think that's for everybody else.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
You have to do something one of a kind for Alexia. Alexia wants to tell everybody, I was the first to do this.
Oh, shoot. Wait. I hope Jamal has started the other show.
Oh,
I just realized it's 4:00. No, it's okay. I think he knows how to start it. Wait.
Okay.
Let me see if I have a text. No, I don't.
Nonetheless, this show is a good start. I do like Heather Dubrow. I think she is the richest housewife, not the richest, but she enjoys her wealth like no others. Like, I know y'all like Kathy Hilton, but I'm going to need Mama to get a stylist. I'm going to need Mama.
I mean, she there.
She's too, you know what I need? I need a European with a lot of money because Europeans like to spend their money.
Why don't we get that lady from Bling Empire, Anna?
I love Bling Empire. Oh my God. It actually reminds me of some of my friends from my school. I love that stuff. And also, I think Dorothy from Rich Kids of Beverly Hills is going to be on this new season. And she is dynasty money. Her father built a whole city in China. I
miss her.
Dorothy wasn't good TV, though.
Maybe she's gotten better because I know EJ used to carry her.
Yeah. Yes. But also, it always felt a little bit weird about her being able to like fully be in her culture on that show. Always felt a bit off.
See, that's what I mean about. That's why I don't like when they put different culture. Like you can put different cultures, but the understanding has to be there. And I feel Bravo just can't connect it.
Yes, so I'm looking forward to her. And also she's gotten a little bit messy. I remember I think she's like with some like black football player or whatever, and she was trying to get pregnant by him and he was like no. So she's been a little messy.
I don't know what her was.
And she is like real friends with some of them. So I love Bling Empire. That's wealth and actual friends, and like love to see it.
I don't know. I tried to like that show. I was heavily bored. Maybe we'll try next season.
Well, guys, sorry to cut this short, but I have to go. I have to go and help out on the other channel. This was a really great conversation, and I can't wait to see how this season progresses.
All right, I'll be on it sometimes because I ain't doing it every week.
What?
Oh, you know how they are. They have a good start. Let's see. It was a little too good of a start.
Miami brings a good vibe. I'm not gonna lie. It does. Yeah. All right. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you for joining. And like, comment, subscribe. Thank you to everyone in the live chat. And we'll see you in the comment section below for the replay crew. Until next time. Bye.